Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Today is July 3rd. Cannot believe it. We are 6 months into 2026, and it's been an amazing month. It's been an amazing year, and I am looking forward to the next 6 months. Um, what I really started doing a while ago was prop trading. I used to do a lot of options and live trading on my interactive brokers, but I kept on seeing this prop trading keep coming up, and it really was something that I wanted to try out before I really made a video on it. I found the concept very interesting. But what I really want to do with this video is for anyone who hasn't tried prop trading or hasn't got into prop trading, talk about two accounts that I personally use. These are entry level accounts. The first company we're going to be talking about is Tradeify. I love Tradeify. The whole program, the way they have developed is, the accounts that they have. And I might be wrong, but they are the first in the industry to actually have a directly funded account, which basically means you completely skip evaluation and you get into the funded you buy the funded account. They have a consistency for that. For y'all who do not know consistency, this and that, don't worry. When I break down the accounts here, I'll kind of explain those concepts. But for anyone who's familiar, they have these consistencies. So for Lightning, it's 20%. So basically, 5 green days of your 20%, and you're eligible for a payout. So definitely something very interesting. Along with Tradeify, I also want to talk about Lucid, specifically their 25K Lucid Flex account. The 25K Select from Tradeify and the 25K Flex from Lucid, there's a lot of similarities in terms of once you fund it, there is no consistency in both of them. That is something that I really like because I feel I'm a trader who only takes A plus setups. And when you have an A plus setup, you want to try maximum points and you do not want to limit yourself because of consistency. Also, in the evaluation stage for Tradeify, the consistency is 40%, whereas for Lucid, it is 50%. So again, you can pass a Lucid 25K flex account in 2 days. So if you have two 50% days, um, you can get funded. Whereas with Selects, you would technically need 3 days because it's 40%. After 3 days, you get to select daily payouts or weekly payouts, and I'll get into that. I hope you enjoy this video. It's a beginner video, so mainly focused on someone who hasn't prop traded or is still trying to understand what this is all about, because I know from the outside it seems very interesting. It's not as easy as it sounds. It's also not impossible. I do not want you to feel prop trading is impossible. I personally have got payouts, a lot of them, and I use that to fund my regular account. So the way I look at this process is I use this as a funnel to fund my regular accounts, and then that way I can keep scaling in my regular account and keep growing that. And again, for my regular accounts, I use interactive brokers. And today we're going to be talking about 25K Select Tradeify and 25K Flex from Lucid. So let's get into it. So right now I am on Tradeify's page. Like I said, we're going to be talking about the 25K Select accounts. Tradeify has growth accounts. So just to give you overall brief of the three products that Tradeify has. The growth account does not have any consistency during evaluation. So basically, it's a 1 day pass. You can buy that account, you pass it in 1 day, but in your funded stage, you do have consistency. The select account, on the other hand, is kind of the opposite. So the select account has consistency during evaluation, which is 40%. Once you get funded, there is no consistency. It also has two options where once you get funded, you can basically set up the account one time to be like a daily payout. So you follow the rules for the daily payout to be eligible to be paid every single trading day, or you take a weekly payout. One of the major differences is the maximum amount you can take out. So in the daily payout, it's a little bit smaller than the weekly payout. But I just want to right now focus on, what is a select account, comparing like these two products. In a future video, what I'll do is I'll get into like the whole detail. I would even love to like show you all how much payouts I have got. It's been amazing. I mean, I never realized that I could compensate a 9 to 5. So I used to work in corporate America, and being able to compensate my salary with prop trading, something that I never believed in when I started this, but it is happening, and excited to be sharing this journey with y'all. So the 25K select account. So let me first go over the basics, which is what you see on the website. Also, I am an affiliate with Tradeify. So if you are buying any account with Tradeify, please use the code INIXIO. So INIZIO. Every time you put in this code, it really helps me as a small creator. A portion of that really comes to me. It does not affect how much discount you get. So right now, say you're getting 40% off. When you use the code, you would get the same discount. It's not going to reduce the discount. But what is going to happen on the back end is it's going to help me as a small creator to make more videos, grow my video qualities, and all of that fun stuff. So if you're watching this video and you do buy a Tradeify account, a humble request to please use the code. You would get the best discounts available. So right now I'm making this video on July 3rd, 2026. This is the discount. So the 40% is what is going on. But if in the future the discount is higher, when you put in this code, you would get the same amount, the same higher discount. So it's not going to really be like, oh, you're gonna get little less. You're going to get the best discount that's available at that point. So thank you for listening to me on that. And again, do not forget to use code INIZIO, INIZIO at checkout. So in the 25K select account, the maximum profit target or the profit target is 1500. So our goal is to, when we buy this 25K account, is to make it cross 26,500. The second thing is trailing max drawdown. So for anyone who hasn't used prop trading, this is the amount of money you're allowed to lose in your account. So on day one, if you start with the 25K, if your account balance goes below 24,000, your account is considered breach. And what that means is you won't be able to trade in that account. Um, in select accounts and growth accounts, you can still reset in the evaluation stage. There is no resets in Lightning in Traderify. So trailing drawdown is $1,000. So, like I said, to keep it very simple, if you start with 25, you cross 24, you breach the account. It's an end of the day trailing drawdown. So it gets very interesting and very confusing as well as what is end of the day and what is intraday trailing drawdown. This is actually very good. And one of the reasons I really love Tradeify is, say, example, today is Friday. You buy this account at 25K, right? You get into a 25K account. You make $400 profit today. You leave it on the weekend. Today is a short day, so just be careful if you're trading though. But you leave this account. You come back on Monday. Your trailing drawdown now is $1,000 from 25,400 because you made 400 on Friday. Now, on Monday, when you come back, you make close to $800 in London session. I'm not a part of it, but a simple plug of joining the London session Tradeify TV. Their YouTube channel is amazing. There is Nick from Switzerland and Celine, who's from Greece now. I call Nick King Nick because I feel he's one of the most amazing and respectable hosts on Tradeify. All of them are amazing, but the way he interacts with the audience, and I have always had a positive experience with all of them. And Celine, Colleen, or C Money, she's an amazing host. She has this whole plan where she breaks down how she's going to take a trade. I don't know if you watched it yesterday, where she took an L, but when someone questioned how she was going to break down her trade, she really gave them details about how she does it. And she said one thing which I am a big fan of, where she said, if the trade goes against me or for me, the plan is the most important thing. So she's not going to change the plan just because, or the setup. When I say the plan, it's the setup. So if you haven't been watching, subscribe to Tradeify TV. They are amazing. They're 100K plus, and that's my goal, but we'll get there soon. They do giveaways. I have won two 150K Lightning funded accounts. If I can win, you can win. So all you have to do is just watch the stream, support them. There's so much educational content in there. Subscribe to the channel and always be respectful in the chat. When you're interacting with the host or any other people, be respectful. But let's get back to the account. So the $1,000 end of the day drawdown. So example, I was giving you a very simple example where it was on Monday. Now from 25,400, you make, let's just keep it simple, you make 600. So now you're sitting at 26. Now you're like, okay, you know what? I see this B plus setup. I want to try it. You take that trade, and now you just lost that 600 profit that you made because you wanted to give it a little bit more space, but unfortunately, that trade went against you, but you lost another 200 because you were in minis. Like, why? But that's a question for a different video. A B plus setup for me is micro. So you take it in minis, you're in a negative 200. You're like, oh, Praj, my intraday drawdown is 1,000. I just lost 800 on that trade. So am I only left with 200? Nah. Your opening balance on Monday was 25,400. Based on that, technically you lost 200. So you still have $800 left in your account as like the balance. So instead of having the gap as $1,000, it's $800 now. So that's what in end of the day drawdown is. Intraday, intraday. So in the day is where which gets a little interesting. Both the products that we're going to be talking about today, they do end of the day. So I'm going to keep it simple and do end of the day. There is no daily loss limit. In Lightning funded accounts, there is the daily loss limit. In this one, you do not have any. So basically, you can blow the whole account in a single trade or a single day. Please don't do that. It's your hard earned money. I always request you make sure to take a few extra days to pass and get a payout, but do not blow your accounts. Like I said, if you do breach your account, you can reset them. So the reset fees is $65. Consistency is 40%. So what is consistency for anyone who hasn't traded? Our profit target is $1,500. So basically, $1,500, we cannot make more than 40% of $1,500. So that would be $600. So in a single day in this select account, we cannot make more than $600. There is no activation fee. So do not get confused with that. Evaluations do not have activation. They're referring to the activation fees when you get funded. So when you pass your evaluation, you would get a congratulations email. In that, it would give you the next steps for activating your funded. That is where you're going to get your payouts from. You're not going to get a payout from your evaluation accounts. And over there, like they said, it's there is no charges. Before there used to be charges and all on a lot of platforms. Traderify is really amazing. They for this account, they just a one-time fees, and I'm going to come to that. That's the reason I haven't mentioned it yet. That's also a very big plus. The last thing is a maximum 1 mini and 10 micros. I feel if you're a beginner, this is something that I personally feel is a good fit because a lot of times people lose accounts because of scaling and they feel like, oh, if I just scale in, I can make sure to bring my loss back or I can double my profits. You can definitely do that when you're in the right mindset. And in trading, it's very important to be in the right mindset because it's not about an account, it's not about just you, it's about is it an A plus setup? Do you have a plan? Do you have probabilities? Have you taken a trade like this before? What is your risk management if the trade goes against you? All of these is something that you really want to consider. And I feel if you just a beginner who hasn't prop traded or hasn't ever taken a trade, this is an account. It's 1 mini, 10 micros, really good. For $600, basically on NQ on 1 mini, you need 30 points. If you see a good movement, recently we have been seeing a lot of good movement on NQ. I mainly trade NQ. Sometimes I do trade gold in commodities, but that's a very rarity. But NQ is what pays my bills. So 1 mini, 10 micros. And now I want to come to the price of the account. So as it says over here, it's $65 one-time payment. It's actually $109, but when you use code INIZIO, INIZIO, you would get it for $65. It's a one-time payment. So you buy the account, you pay $65 and you take as long as you want to pass it. Do not be in a hurry to be like, I need to pass it in 20 days. I need to pass it in 2 days. I need to pass it in 3 days. You're not competing against anybody. A lot of times you'll watch YouTube and you'll watch other traders and try to compare your journey to them. Everyone's journey is different. At the beginning, everyone loses accounts, everyone goes to a phase where they doubt themselves. And my thing is, just don't doubt yourself. You have a plan, you are learning, and you're going to get there. There are so many accounts that I personally have blown up, and when I got my first payout, it covered all of that money. And it sounds like, oh, Praj, it's very easier for you to say that. I have been in difficult situations as well, and I know a lot of people out there are, but I know it's only the people who keep trying, keep pushing, and keep overcoming difficulties who come out as winners, because that is the only thing that counts. No one's going to ask you how long it took you to buy your dream car. When you buy your dream car, you're standing next to it. It's you and the people who supported you through the journey. So do not be in a hurry. Some days you might not get a trade. Be off the computer, go for a walk. But like I said, it's so easy over here in terms of you do not have to worry about multiple payments. It's your one time investment. You put in that 65 one time investment and just focus on making that account, taking it to crossing it to the profit target. I did something that was a little unconventional. After I lost a few accounts, I said to myself, I'm going to only catch 10 to 15 points on the NQ on a mini and call it a day. There have been so many days where my trade went 70 points, 80 points, but I locked myself out because it might be 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, but the practice of making sure I come with that mindset and keep winning is what really helped me get that payout. So maybe you could come up with a plan like that for yourself. I'm happy to share mine as well in a future video. I do not want to make this video very long. I feel prop trading is something that needs to be explained. I do not want to come here and sell you a shiny object and make you feel like this is going to help you become a millionaire, because it's absolutely not going to. You're going to watch my video, you're going to go there and watch a million other videos like this, and you're going to come to a point where you're going to start doubting yourself. I'm here to tell you this is not a get rich quick account. This is an account which is going to stick with you if you have a plan, if you know how to trade, if you're going to build trading as a habit. So it's going to be very similar to think about it as it's something that's going to stick with you. And it's going to be something that if I meet you on a Friday evening to have a drink somewhere in New York and we bump into each other and you're like, I took this trade, be assured. My first question to you is going to be like, what was your setup and what was your reason? And if you explain that to me, it's you won in life because you have taken that next stage and you're going to be growing. So the details for the other accounts are here as well, but I want to make sure I compare the same kind of account. So a 25K over here and a 25K over there. Based on this, the biggest difference is the consistency. Obviously, the price is going to be different. But this is Tradeify. Again, if you haven't subscribed to their YouTube channel, Tradeify TV, definitely do that. It's an amazing stream. I'm always there in the London session and the New York session with King Nick, C Money, Spud, Mariam, Amas. Amas is a really amazing trader as well. The amount of knowledge he has, Joey. The CEO pops in at sometimes. Brett, he will give his feedback. A lot of guest speakers who come in there and guest traders and share their knowledge. There's hardly any place where you're going to find so much knowledge available to you, coming to you. All you have to do is just put in the effort, and it's right there. It's going to help you. A lot of times they will even share the reason why they're taking that trade, and if that kind of reasoning or plan matches with you, you can definitely take that trade. It's not a signal service, it's a educational channel where they give you tons and tons of education. I absolutely love it, and I hope to see you there. Now we are going to go to Lucid, and we're going to see the 25K Flex account over there. Now we are on Lucid. Um, so again, the whole details that I spoke about was about the Tradeify 25K Select accounts. In Lucid, we're going to be looking at a similar product, which is their 25K Flex account. Right now, we are on their website. Uh, Unfortunately, I am not an affiliate with Lucid, but there is a code for first timers that I will share with you all. I'll also share the details. I just bought accounts with them, so I'll share like the details of that. So Lucid also has three products. One is the Lucid Pro. These are the accounts that they have. The second one is Lucid Flex. I don't know why Lucify came into my mind, but hey, Lucid Flex and Lucid Direct. Lucid Direct is the same thing as the direct funded in Lightning funded in Traderify. We're going to keep the video simple. I know I spoke a lot in the Tradeify section, but in Lucid, we're going to be looking at the 25K Flex account. Right now, those accounts are going for $70. Again, it's a one-time payment. You do not have to pay anything after that. So just remember what I said before when you're trading these accounts. Activation is free when you get funded in that. So do you really need to take those risk? B plus, B minus, C trades? That is something that you want to think about. With Lucid, for the 25K flex accounts, the profit target is 1250. So it's 250 less than Tradeify over here. So what that means is your 25K account, you need to bring them to 26,250. So in Tradeify, you have to do 26,500. Over here, we have to do 26,250. A little bit easier, 250 less. So you might be getting there faster. The second thing is max loss limit, which is 1,000 here. It was also 1,000 there, so it's very similar. So you cannot lose more than $1,000. Uh, Also, the max loss is end of the day, very similar to Tradeify. It's based on the closing balance of the previous trading day. So from that point you cannot lose 1,000, and this is for the evaluation stage. There is no daily loss limit, which is also called as DLL. Consistency over here is different. So consistency in Lucid Flex is 50%. In Tradeify Select, it was 40%. So over here, technically, you can pass the account in 2 days. Over there, it's 3 days. For a lot of people, for me, on an average, it takes me 6 to 8 trading days, sometimes even more. But I haven't ever had it in 2 days or like 3 days. For any of y'all watching who have been able to do that, a lot of respect. I think I have a lot of learning and growing to do. The other thing different here is the max sizing is a little bit different. Over here, we can do 2 minis or 20 micros. In select Tradeify, it was 1 mini and 10 micros. So you can scale in over here. So like I was giving you an example, over there we had to make 40% consistency, so 600. So with 1 mini, that is 30 points on NQ. Over here, the consistency is 50%, so you have to make 625. Um, Again, only because even their profit target is less, so 1250. So for 625, if you're really looking to scale in, you're looking technically close to like 16 points. So that's half the move you got to catch. Also remember, if it goes 16 points against you, the account's gone. So size accordingly. There is no activation fees over here. So when you get funded, there is no activation fees. Also, the way Lucid works in funded is very different. I haven't got funded yet with Lucid. I'm almost at a stage of passing my evaluation account. So once I get into funded, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to capture my journey and show you all. They have a very interesting way, very different. So I have been familiar with Take Profit Trader, Traderify. These are the two main ones that I do. These are the ones that I have got payouts from. But with 25K flex on Lucid, maybe July, we might have a really nice payout. Month with Lucid. So I'll keep you all updated on that. Again, no loss limit and no consistency in funded, very similar to the 25K flex accounts on Tradeify. Again, there's a lot of like platform and funded rules and all of that stuff. For people who do not have account with Lucid, so I know that because I recently used this. Your first two accounts, when you use the code VAULT, again, it's VAULT, you get 50% off your first two accounts. I believe it's regardless of any account you buy. So technically over here, a flex is $100. So your first two accounts would be $50 each, one-time payment. So in $100, you can get two accounts. I do not have an affiliate. I'm not an affiliate yet with Lucid. I think once I start getting that payout, I can convince them to be like, hey, can I become an affiliate? I can create value for you. So that's our Lucid Flex. There's a lot more information. Also, there's a lot of videos around there about the fast payout Lucid gives to traders who have been funded. I'll try to find that video. I recently saw a video where one individual said they received the payout in 9 seconds. So I don't know if they mean the payout was approved in 9 seconds or it came into their account in 9 seconds. But regardless, I haven't had an experience where it's been below hours. They go through that process, and then first you get the approval, then you move it from one place to another. You move it to your wallet, and from your wallet into your bank account, and then you have that physical money to spend. Especially at the beginning of my journey, I was looking to scale. So I bought an account, I took a payout, then I bought five accounts, then I blew a few accounts and I had to keep on buying. So it was a definitely interesting journey. I feel you should give both of these companies a try. If I have to talk about payouts, Trader5 is amazing. Their trade payouts are quick. I believe in the month of June, they are the highest, the other company which paid out the highest payouts. Uh, the way they're developing their program is really amazing. So do check them out. Uh, for anyone who already has five accounts with Tradeify, your next growth opportunity would be Lucid. I feel with props, you really need to scale. Right now, I am at 15 accounts. It's an amazing journey. I do copy trade, which makes it easier. I do not have to manually sit and trade all my 15 accounts. But also that means when your red days hits, the copy trader looks scary. But that's the reason I am so particular about the trades I take. Um, that's it. I think Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments below if you have tried Lucid Tradeify or any other prop firm. Let me know what your thoughts are on these two accounts or any other accounts. Also, your journey and how much payouts you have got. I do want to make a lot of content around this only because I think it's a really good way for people to understand how they can use these tools to fund like their normal accounts. Again, for my regular account, I use Interactive Brokers. Really happy with them. Uh, I even had a small period where I was able to partner with them to share the knowledge about how amazing Interactive Brokers is. And I hope I get that opportunity again. They are a broker who really cares for people. And I think that in itself speaks volume. Thank you again. Hope you have a great 4th of July. Um, be safe when you putting on firecrackers. I love the firecrackers, but I want you to be safe so we can come back on Monday and keep crushing this market. Bye for now.